Hello, everyone, welcome back to the channel Future Force. Please subscribe and like my videos, because today we are going to dive into one of the most dramatic, shocking, and globally significant incidents in recent times. Moscow's $1.2 billion towers, once considered unshakable symbols of Russian wealth, power, and ambition, came under a powerful and highly symbolic attack from Ukrainian drones. This event is not only about explosions and broken glass, but about the deeper meaning of modern warfare, the vulnerabilities of iconic landmarks, and the shifting balance between prestige and practicality in the 21st century. To fully understand what happened, we must go layer by layer, examining the towers from the outside to the inside, analyzing their performance during the attack, evaluating the safety features that were put to the test, questioning their unique selling points in light of these events, weighing the staggering price against the new risks they face, and finally drawing a conclusion about what this attack means not only for Russia, but for the world at large. The exterior of Moscow's towers has long been a source of pride for Russia. Built to rival the skyscrapers of London, New York, Dubai, and Shanghai, these towers were designed to symbolize Moscow's rise as a global financial and cultural hub. Their glass exteriors shimmer under the daylight, reflecting both history and ambition, while at night they light up the skyline like beacons of modern prosperity. Before the attack, people admired these towers for their futuristic curves, their sleek vertical lines, and their ability to stand tall as proof that Russia could build icons to match the West. But when the drones struck, that exterior beauty became a scene of fragility. Glass that once sparkled in the sun shattered into thousands of pieces, scattering across the streets below. Flames briefly flickered on the shimmering walls, transforming them from symbols of wealth into reminders of vulnerability. Smoke blackened the once crystal clear surfaces, creating an image that spread across news channels and social media worldwide. This was not just damage to steel and glass, it was damage to reputation and perception. From afar, the skyline that was meant to project power instead projected weakness, and the exterior became an unplanned billboard announcing that even billion-dollar structures are not invincible. Moving inside the towers, the contrast is even more powerful. The interiors of these skyscrapers were crafted to impress the elite, lavish lobbies with marble floors, high ceilings adorned with expensive lighting fixtures, ultra-modern offices with glass partitions, luxury conference halls equipped with cutting-edge technology, and restaurants designed for international executives. Everything inside these towers screamed sophistication and wealth. The interiors were more than just functional. They were status symbols for businesses that wanted to be part of Russia's future. But when the drones struck, the interiors shifted from being a place of confidence to a place of chaos. People inside described the sudden sound of impact, the shock waves reverberating through the walls, alarms blaring loudly, and the terrifying sight of glass crashing down into what had once been pristine corridors. Workers scrambled for safety, their footsteps echoing against the polished floors that now carried shards of broken windows. The once calm and luxurious environment was replaced with panic, fear, and disbelief. In that moment, no chandelier, no leather chair, and no digital screen mattered. What mattered was survival and escape. The psychological impact of being inside a building thought to be untouchable, only to discover its vulnerability, cannot be underestimated. It has left a permanent mark on those who lived through it, and turned the interior from a showcase of ambition into a cautionary tale of fragility. When we talk about performance, these towers were built with the idea of longevity and durability. Engineers designed them to handle earthquakes, to resist fires, and to provide secure spaces for thousands of people. On paper, the performance ratings of these buildings ranked among the best in modern architecture. They were tested for strength against natural disasters and accidents, but not against drones. The attack has revealed a critical gap in what performance means in the 21st century. Performance is no longer just about structural endurance, but about adaptability to threats that were never considered during design. Against drones, these towers showed both strengths and weaknesses. They did not collapse. Their frames held strong despite the shock waves, but in terms of psychological performance, in terms of their ability to guarantee the safety and confidence of their occupants, they fell short. Performance must now be redefined not just as standing tall physically, but as standing tall symbolically in the face of evolving warfare. And in this case, the towers failed to maintain that unshakable image. Safety features were also tested in a way that no fire drill could have predicted. The towers were equipped with the latest fire suppression systems, automatic sprinklers, advanced alarm systems, and emergency stairwells. Security personnel were trained to handle crises like fires or accidents, but drones are a new element. Safety is not just about putting out flames or guiding people downstairs. It is about preventing the threat in the first place. When drones flew over the skies of Moscow, one of the most heavily guarded capitals in the world, and struck these high-profile towers, the illusion of safety broke apart. Yes, the alarms worked. Yes, evacuation procedures were activated. And yes, lives were saved. But the confidence that these safety features inspired before the attack is now gone. People know that even if sprinklers can put out a fire, they cannot stop a drone. Even if security guards can usher people outside, they cannot intercept a weaponized machine in the sky. Safety features need to evolve, incorporating anti-drone defenses, signal jamming systems, and aerial shields. Without them, safety is an illusion, and the towers prove that luxury safety is still incomplete safety. The unique selling points of the towers were always clear. They were marketed as symbols of wealth, modernity, and international relevance. Their unique design, their luxurious interiors, their central location in Moscow, and their towering height made them unlike any other building in Russia. For investors and businessmen, owning an office in these towers meant being part of a global elite. For Moscow, these towers meant catching up with the architectural icons of the West. But after the attack, those unique selling points look different. Yes, the towers are still tall, still luxurious, still unique in design, but now their uniqueness includes being prime targets in a modern war. Their prestige is tied not only to wealth, but to risk. They no longer only symbolize prosperity, they symbolize vulnerability. That is the paradox of their uniqueness now. They are world famous not just because they are expensive and futuristic, but because they have been attacked, and that story will forever follow them. The price of the towers is another layer of this story. With a combined investment of $2 billion, these towers represent one of the most ambitious architectural projects in modern Russia. Every dollar was meant to create a symbol of invincibility, a magnet for investment, and a display of national pride. But when a drone that may have cost only tens of thousands of dollars strikes such a building, the price equation changes completely. The world witnesses how cheap technology can challenge billion-dollar prestige. This is asymmetrical warfare in its purest form. Low-cost weapons humiliating high-cost symbols. The financial damage extends far beyond the repair bills. Investors may hesitate, Businesses may rethink their decisions, and the psychological cost to Russia's image may dwarf the physical cost of repairing broken glass and burned interiors. Price is no longer just about construction, but about the value of perception. And in that calculation, the towers have lost far more than money. They have lost the aura of untouchability that money was supposed to buy. In the end, the conclusion is sobering. Moscow's towers once stood as monuments to ambition, wealth, and power. But with the arrival of drones, they now stand as monuments to vulnerability. Their exterior has been scarred, their interior shaken, their performance tested, their safety features questioned, their unique selling points altered, and their price exposed as fragile against the economics of modern warfare. This is not just a story about Russia or about Ukraine. It is a story about the future of global conflict, where prestige targets are no longer safe, where billion-dollar investments can be threatened by cheap but clever technology, and where the balance between wealth and vulnerability has been permanently altered. For Russia, this is a painful lesson. For the world, it is a warning, and for anyone who believed that glass and steel alone could represent invincibility, this event has proven otherwise. The towers of Moscow will be repaired, their glass will be replaced, and their lights will shine again. But the memory of this attack, the images of smoke rising from billion-dollar structures, and the realization that drones can rewrite the meaning of power will remain etched in history. The story of these towers is no longer just about ambition and pride. It is about adaptation, survival, and the urgent need to rethink what safety, performance, and resilience truly mean in an era where technology has changed the battlefield forever.